A Traeger Pro 575 retails at $897. It costs $143 to manufacture. A Pit Boss lists at $803 and leaves the factory at $117. American buyers send $4 billion to grill brands every single year, while actual production costs across the industry never clear $200 per unit. The markup is not careless. The markup is the entire strategy. Here are the 10 brands that refuse to run it. Subscribe now, because what comes next will change every grill purchase you ever make. Every unit sitting on the floor at Home Depot, Lowe's, and Walmart follows the same playbook. Lock in the cheapest suppliers out of Guangdong. Apply a finish coat that survives long enough to leave the parking lot. Price it at the point where the buyer stops thinking and starts loading it in the truck. Take that margin and redirect it into shelf placement deals and Instagram sponsorships. Restart the cycle when the unit fails in year 3. The actual manufacturing cost on a $403 charbroil gas grill lands between $58 and $78. The $325 sitting between that factory number and the retail sticker did not go into better steel. Every dollar of it went into convincing the buyer the steel deserved the price on the tag. The construction tells the truth. The logo sells a story. Number 1 on this list will permanently rewire how every future grill purchase gets evaluated. Number 10, Weber Kettle. George Stephen cut a metal buoy in half at a Chicago fabrication yard and produced the first covered charcoal grill. His co-workers called it Sputnik. They said nobody would buy it. 73 years later, the Weber Kettle at 113 is the most duplicated grill design on Earth, and not one of the copies has matched the original at 1/5 the price the imitators are charging. Porcelain-coated steel firebox. Temperature control running from 225 degrees for smoking all the way to 600 degrees for direct searing. An ash system with 0 components that ever need replacing. Weber kettles purchased in 1987 are still producing results in American backyards today. The buyer who thinks clearly understands what the industry would rather leave unstated. A 113 grill that performs for 30 years is a catastrophic business model for every brand trying to move a $397 grill with a 3-year ceiling. The Kettle gets no advertising spend because it never generates a replacement purchase. Number 9, Broil King Regal. Most American buyers have never come across Broil King. It belongs here because the company builds instead of advertises. Onward Manufacturing in Waterloo, Ontario has been producing grills since 1906. Still privately owned. No outside shareholders. No quarterly earnings call where a CFO explains why the firebox gauge needs to shrink to protect the margin. The Broil King Regal S490 retails at $646. The Weber Genesis E325 retails at $902. Broil King includes cast iron cooking grates in the box as standard equipment. Weber charges extra for the cast iron upgrade on a product that already costs $256 more. Dual tube burners eliminate the hot zones directly above each tube and the dead cold spots sitting between them, the problem that defines the cooking experience on virtually every straight tube competitor in the category. Double wall hood construction keeps the outer surface safe during a cook and holds interior heat where it belongs. At $256 below the comparable Weber, it outperforms on every material specification that actually matters. Broil King redirects the marketing budget into engineering. That decision shows up in the grate, the hood, and the burner layout, not in a sponsored video at the top of your feed. Number 8, Oklahoma Joe's Longhorn Reverse Flow. Joe Davidson was welding smokers in a gas station lot in Stillwater, Oklahoma in 1987 and moving them at competition weekends. The engineering came from years of watching how heat and smoke actually behave inside a cook chamber, not from a product team working backward from a retail price point. The Longhorn Reverse Flow uses a 12-gauge cook chamber at $516. Every competing offset in the sub-$600 segment runs 16 or 18 gauge. 12 gauge is the specification found on smokers priced at $1,203 and above. The reverse flow baffle plate holds cook temperature within 10 degrees across the entire grate surface. Standard offsets at this price point swing 50 degrees from the firebox end to the exhaust stack. That variance is not operator error. It is an engineering decision, or the complete absence of one. One caveat applies to every smart buyer considering the Longhorn. Charbroil acquired the brand. Confirm the 12-gauge specification on the Longhorn reverse flow, specifically before purchasing. Check the gauge on every other product in the lineup before extending trust to the label. Number 7. Pit Barrel Cooker. Noah Glanville is a veteran who needed a simple, consistent, and low-maintenance method to feed a large group without babysitting the cook. He spent years dialing in a drum smoker design before the first unit sold in 2010. Still independently operated out of Henderson, Nevada. No holding company. No private equity exit timeline. No fund manager running numbers on how thin the drum wall can get before return rates show up in the quarterly report. The Pit Barrel Cooker Classic retails at $302. It uses 18-gauge steel, heavier than anything else competing at this price point. Porcelain enamel is fired at high temperature across the full interior, including every seam. No electronics. No auger. No controller to drift. No Wi-Fi app to crash at hour 7 of a 12-hour brisket. Meat suspended vertically self-bastes as fat renders down the entire surface throughout the cook. Competition judges and blind tastings have consistently rated Pit Barrel Cooker results against equipment priced at 5 times the cost. $302. No influencer contracts. No sponsored placements. The results are the entire marketing strategy. Number 6. PK Grill's PK360. The original portable kitchen grill was manufactured in Little Rock, Arkansas in 1952 using cast aluminum construction throughout. The original company went bankrupt in the 1970s. The production molds sat dormant for decades. In 2010, a group of buyers in Little Rock recovered the original molds and restarted production using the identical 1952 geometry and wall thickness. Cast aluminum does not rust. The passive oxide layer that forms on aluminum permanently blocks further oxidation. Not in coastal salt air. Not in humid southern summers. Not after 20 years of outdoor exposure. The firebox on a PK360 purchased today will perform identically in year 20 as it does the first weekend out of the box. 4 cooking positions inside the cast aluminum shell create 4 distinct heat zones from a single coal bed. That heat management is something gas grills with 4 separate burners still struggle to replicate from one fire. $496 for a cooking platform that is physically incapable of corroding. Built from molds producing the same geometry for 73 years. The last charcoal grill most smart buyers will ever need to purchase. Number 5. Lodge Cast Iron Grates. Joseph Lodge opened an iron foundry in South Pittsburgh, Tennessee in 1896. Population 30,000. The town has not changed much in 129 years. Neither has the manufacturing philosophy. Lodge is still operating from the same location, still led by Joseph Lodge's descendants. Great-grandchildren hold leadership positions today. A new 127,000 square foot foundry opened in 2017 directly beside the original building. Same town, same workers, same iron. A Lodge cast iron grill grate does not have a failure mode. No coating to chip or flake. No electronics to short out. If rust appears, steel wool and vegetable oil bring the surface back in 2 hours. If it takes on too much heat, the fix is identical. The surface improves with every single cook as the seasoning layer builds and the non-stick properties compound over time. Cast iron holds heat at a level stainless steel grates will never reach. The sear on cast iron comes from thermal mass stored in the metal itself, not from radiant heat rising off the flame below. Between $32 and $62 depending on size. A large cast iron grill grate does not get purchased. It gets inherited. Number 4. Kamado Joe. Ceramic Kamado grills command premium prices. Kamado Joe justifies that premium more completely than any other brand in the category. The Classic Series runs from $1,203 to $2,497. Thick ceramic walls hold temperature through 18-hour cooks on a single charcoal load and reach 750 degrees for high-heat pizza from the identical configuration. The divide and conquer system enables simultaneous grilling and smoking at independent temperatures, a cooking range no gas or pellet grill can replicate. Where Kamado Joe separates from the Big Green Egg, the brand it competes with most directly, is post-purchase support. Kamado Joe ships replacement parts directly to the buyer. Big Green Egg routes every warranty claim through dealer networks that stack weeks of delay onto every single resolution. The ceramic construction outlasts the person who buys it. A Kamado Joe is not a grill purchase. It is a cooking instrument handed to the next generation in full working condition. Smart buyers stop calculating cost per season. They calculate cost per decade. Number 3, Lang BBQ Smokers. Ben Lang started building smokers in Nahunta, Georgia in 1988 because he could not find one he trusted. He is still building them today. His name goes on every unit before it ships. That single fact explains every engineering and material decision the company has made since the beginning. Lang holds the patent on the reverse flow design. A steel baffle plate runs beneath the cook chamber floor. Heat and smoke travel under the food, reverse direction at the far end, and return across the top before exiting. Temperature stays within 5 to 10 degrees across the entire grate surface from end to end. Standard offset smokers swing 50 degrees across that same distance. Every Lang is built from quarter-inch steel. Every weld happens in Georgia. Every unit ships with a lifetime warranty on the cook chamber from a manufacturer who already knows the cook chamber will never generate a claim. No private equity firm makes the call on steel thickness. No quarterly report revises what goes into the next build. Ben Lang puts his name on the product because the product earns it. Number 2, Yoder Smokers. Yoder Smokers builds in Hutchinson, Kansas. The same people who weld the units are the ones who pick up the phone when a buyer calls. Every Yoder cook chamber starts as 3 16-inch American steel plate, 3 times the wall thickness of the sheet metal on budget units at Home Depot, and the same gauge running on professional competition rigs that travel to events every weekend and cook for 10 hours straight in conditions that would shut a Traeger down before the brisket reaches temperature. Every weld is done by hand. Lid fit is verified before any unit leaves the facility. No portfolio manager is calculating how far the gauge can drop before the return rate surfaces in the earnings call. Yoder builds one category of product and has built it the same way since the company started. The Wichita offset will still be running 30 years from now. The only upkeep it will ever need is a wire brush and a pass of high-temperature paint once a decade. Smart buyers stop looking at the sticker. They calculate the full ownership window. Number 1, Blaze. Most American backyard cooks have never heard of Blaze. The reason it is unknown is exactly why it leads this list. Blaze does not buy YouTube sponsorships at the rate Traeger and Weber do. That budget goes into the materials instead. Every component in a Blaze grill uses 304 grade stainless steel, the identical specification found in commercial restaurant equipment. BBQ guys tested every Blaze component with an XRF analyzer, a device that reads material composition at the atomic level, to verify the 304 grade stainless claims. Every component confirmed at specification. The test most grill manufacturers would prefer did not exist confirmed that Blaze delivers exactly what the product states. 9mm triangular cooking rods transfer stored thermal energy directly into the food surface. Cast stainless steel burners outlast the welded tube burners every competitor ships. Perforated flame tamers span the full grill width for consistent heat distribution. The lifetime warranty covers the burners, cooking grids, flame tamers, heat zone separators, and the grill body, issued because the manufacturer already knows those components will not fail inside the warranty window. Traeger built a brand on a $143 product. Blaze put the equivalent budget into 304 grade stainless and a warranty that never expires. One of those companies is counting on the buyer never running a magnet across the stainless or asking what gauge the cook chamber actually is. The other already knows exactly what those answers will be. Weber Kettle, Broil King, Oklahoma Joe's, Pit Barrel Cooker, PK Grills, Lodge, Kamado Joe, Lang, Yoder, and Blaze. Every brand on this list shares one defining characteristic. The construction is the marketing. There is no advertising budget left after the engineering decisions are made, because those decisions absorb the margin that other brands redirect into shelf placement and influencer campaigns. Charbroil puts more into retail placement fees than into firebox steel. Traeger puts more into lifestyle branding than into temperature controller accuracy. Pit Boss puts more into square inch claims than into auger material grade. 2 data points cut through every spec sheet and every sponsored review before a grill purchase. The cook chamber gauge. A manufacturer that cannot or will not state that number directly has already delivered the only answer needed. The ownership structure, a holding company or a publicly traded entity at the top of that chain, means the formula governing that gauge is already fully operational on that product. The construction always tells the truth. The label never does. Before the next grill purchase, run a magnet across the stainless steel. Ask one question: what gauge is the cook chamber? Those two checks will tell more about a grill than every specification sheet and every sponsored review combined. If this video changed how you evaluate grills, subscribe, drop a like, and tell me in the comments which brand you are running right now and whether it earned its spot.